When you're 450 pounds and you can barely walk, even people that are not upset at you for being that way, and it's odd. Some people just sort of take offense at it. But even those that don't, when they look at you, you can see this horror and pity in their eyes. They can't hide it. It's just there. And so it's difficult. And all severely and morbidly obese people face this. This is one of the common aspects that occur. After I had lost about, I think it was probably around 90, it was somewhere between 80 and 105 pounds. I can't remember in there, it was somewhere. So not an insignificant amount. I parked, I was in the handicap space, I parked, I went in to the bank. There was an empty handicap spot next to me when I went in. There was an empty handicap spot to me when I came out. I was only in there for, 5 or 10 minutes, and I came out, and there was a piece of paper under my windshield wiper, torn off. And so I opened the paper up and I looked at it, and somebody had stopped in the middle of the day, taken time to tear a piece of paper out of their book and to take a pen out, find a pen, and write this note to me and leave it anonymously. Fat is not handicapped, you lazy piece of shit. Now remember, I've already lost almost 100 pounds. And again, one of the critical things, and all of this helps me so much in what I do today, because I was working not only with a trainer, but I was working with a behavioral coach. Rather than go eat whatever, or rather than make some other kind of self-destructive decision or internalize it, I was able to sit down with my behavioral coach and say, oh, look at what happened. Was it a surprise? No. Was I a person that was like bullied because of my weight? I'm not going to say that. There are those out there that really live a terribly sheltered life. I've always been a social person, and I had a very successful career. I was never a person that felt like they had rocks thrown at them because they were, overweight. You just, like I said before, you see it in their eyes. But that was tough. That was a road bump. That was a little tough one to get over, because you're working so diligently, and for me, I had to fight the urge, and I've discovered this with my clients. They want to do something extraordinary to lose the weight. This is an extraordinary number they're trying to get to, because I'm working primarily with 100 pounds needed to lose and up. So they think they have to do something big and extraordinary. So they want to call me on the phone, or they want to say, I went out and did 4 miles today. Whoa. It's not about that. It's about ordinary things done daily. People are dying of this horrible disease of obesity all around me. My first customer was my sister. She's 5'4", weighed 417 pounds, hadn't been able to wear shoes for nearly 2 years, could only wear flip-flops. The single mother of 4, from the ages of kindergarten to entering high school, lived halfway across the country with no family in the area. For a long time, I couldn't, of course, get on a plane or go anywhere or do anything. And she was, essentially housebound, and came to find out, sort of as bad as I am. One of the things when you're really big is you don't take pictures of yourself. So there's no pictures of anybody. You're hiding. And you can hide a lot on the phone. So when I went out and saw her, and she was aware of what was going on, and she said, help me. I'm willing to do whatever, just help me. And so I didn't really have a choice. You know, when you're a mom and your kid is getting an award at school and you can't go, do you know how that crushes people? It's not about needing to look good in a bikini. You know, it's not about having abs that show. When your child says, "Mommy, I got an award," and you can't go, and you're a single mom, there's no other parent. You know how many people are caught in this? It's horrible. How could I not become a coach? She's the first. Since then, I've been able to help many people lose 100, 200 pounds. And so it's not about the weight, okay? It's not about that. It's about the stories. Inside the mind of the obese person is a constant tape that's telling them they can't do it. It's not going to work. It didn't work before. Why is it going to work now? It's a constant tape that's separating them, because really you can't do it alone. Okay, it's impossible to beat obesity by yourself. Much like many addictions out there, okay, you can't do it by yourself. It requires help. It requires a holistic approach, and it requires people, teams, friends, choices. You know, so there's this constant tape that goes on. You're not good enough. You're not an athlete. Who do you think you are? So that tape is in their head. The message I have to all those people that are suffering things that they don't want to talk about: look at me. Look at my life. I'm your hope. It can happen for you. I was a dead man, and now I live a fantasy life. Draw on that. It's not the pain. I know the doctors want to threaten you. That's not what it's about. Threats only get you so far. You can only go down the path with hope. That's what I offer. Look at my life. Anybody can have it.